Okay, this is example 2. It is just an equation that they want us to solve. And that is multiply 8 times 22. This is a perfectly reasonable way to do this problem, but you guys know me. I prefer going vertically. 8 times 22 times 8. So first we need to model it. So I have 22 groups of 8, or 8 groups of 22. So let's see here. I have 10, 20, 2. 2 10 longs and 2 singles. Okay? I need 8 groups of that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. I've drawn my model. If I was going to draw it on Classic or in my journal, it would look like this. 1, 2, 10, 20, 1, 22. That's 3 groups. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's what it would look like if I was drawing it myself. It wouldn't be all nice and pretty and neat like this. I'd make it close, but it's not quite there. So I have 8 groups of 22. That's my model, 8 groups of 22. All right, so now we need to think about this, and we actually need to start adding up what we have. So it says multiply the ones. Well, my ones column is here. These are my ones in my model. I'm going to go ahead and use their pretty model just because I can. So how many ones do I have? I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have 16 ones. 16 ones. I have a 10 in there, so I need to regroup. I need to move 10 of my cubes to the tens column and make it into a 10 long. Okie doke. So if I was doing it on my own model, I would take these 10 and I would add a 10 long. Make sense? Perfect. If I'm just using my equation, I would say 8 times 2 is 16. So I put down my 6 and I carry my 10 to the tens column, to the tens place value. Okay? So far we've done that. What's step 2? Well, next I know I need to work on my tens place. I'm going to do 8 times 2. So let's look at what that looks like on our model. I need to count how many tens I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 tens. I have 17 tens. Well, 17 tens, I know I have an extra. So I need to move 10 of my tens over to my hundreds place value, because I can only have one digit in each place value, right? So 7 tens instead of 17. So I need to move this one over to my hundreds. So if I take 10 of my ones, or 10 of my tens, I can move them over to make 100. If I was doing it on the one that I drew, I would count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sometimes you have to recount just to make sure you're getting it. These go away and they become 100 flat. So I've done that. What do I do now? I need to add them up. Okay, so I have a 100 flat. That's in my hundreds column. How many tens do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 tens left over. How many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 ones. So this should be my answer if I did everything correctly. So let's double check it down here. I multiply the tens. We did that. Add the regroup 10. We did that. It's the one that we added up on top. So I have 17 tens. I need to regroup those, so I did that. All right. Let's go back to our equation. So far, I've done 8 times 2 is 16. I put down my 6. I carried my 1 extra 10 over. Now I need to do 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 1. That's 17. So my answer is 176. So I've done it with an equation, and I've used my base 10 blocks to model it. I made sure to regroup everything, and my answer is 176. All right. You are going to need to model at least 2 of these problems down here. This one doesn't count. It's already modeled for you. Model 2 of the problems, numbers 2 through 5. You're going to answer number 1. They've already done the model for you. Then you're going to answer 2 through 5. I've blocked this off so you can't see it on ClassKick. Use the pen tool to answer these questions. That way I can see what you're thinking. If you would prefer to work on these in your journal, you can make a video at the end of our lesson so I can see the work you've done in your journal. Make sure you are using your strategies. Strategies include using base 10 blocks to model it, just like we did here, okay? Or you can use your equation and do your multiplication this way. You also have partial products that you could use as a strategy. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this one really quick as a partial product, and then you'll have 3 different strategies to pick from. Okay, let me show you 8 times 22 is partial product. This is the way our equation was written to begin with. You guys know me, I am partial to writing it out this way. So I need to do partial product. That's when I split up my 10s and my 1s. So I have 2 10s. That's the same as saying 2 times 10, which is 20, times 8. And then I have 2 1s. I am splitting up my problem, 22 times 8 or 8 times 22. I'm splitting it up and doing each section individually. Multiplying by 10s is fairly simple. 8 times 0 is always going to be 0. 8 times 2 is 16. I know those because I've been learning my multiplication facts. And then 8 times 2 is 16. All right, now I need to add these together. So I have 160 plus 16. Make sure I line up my place values so my 1s and my 10s are in the same column together. 0 plus 6 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Bring down my 1. Whoop. So you now have 3 strategies that you can use to answer the questions, number 1 through 5, on your page. You can use your base 10 blocks to model. That's one strategy. You can use partial product as a strategy. And you can multiply. Okay? Those are 3 strategies that you have to work with. Remember, you have to use base 10 blocks on at least 2 of your problems today, and then you can choose which one of these you would like to use for the other. All right? I look forward to seeing your work. Don't forget to check your work at the bottom of the page.